1, 2, 3, go.
We are Group 3.
Reporting about solubility. Okay, go na.
So ito po ang aming topic, which is solubility. Next slide. Before we talk about solubility, pag-usapan muna natin kung ano ang solution. So basically, a solution is made up of two things, a solute and a solvent. The solute is the chemical that you are dissolving into the solvent, and the solvent is the more abundant reactant. So here, let's picture for the interaction of one substance with another substance. So basically, the interaction of a solute with the solvent. Next slide. Now, for solubility, what solubility means is basically how much solute you can put into a solvent, and the amount of solute that you can dissolve into a solvent at a specific temperature. Next slide. Now, for the factors that affect solubility in liquid, solutes can be either a solid or a gas. For solids, its solubility is dependent on the nature of the chemical or the element. Because each and every element has a different atomic structure, has different melting points, has different electron configurations, and whether they're polar or non-polar. And another is temperature. For solids, as temperature goes up, the solubility of solids in liquids increases, because when you heat up a solid, the molecules of that solid become more loose, and it becomes more soluble into that liquid. Now next, solubility in liquids with gas. So for gas, it's a different story. For gas, it's pressure, because as you know, gas is very scattered. All its molecules are scattered, which makes it very hard to dissolve into a substance. So what pressure does, it packs up that gas. It packs up all the molecules of that gas, so it can be more easily dissolved into the liquid. And now, gas's solubility is also affected by temperature, but as for solids, as temperature goes up, solubility also goes up. For gases, as temperature goes down, that's when the solubility of the gas goes up, because in addition to the pressure packing in the gas, with temperature, as the gases cool down, its molecules start to stabilize and start to not be as erratic into the air, and actually starts to settle down into the solvent. So yeah, great. That's it for the discussion. Next is for the experiment.
So here are the materials that we need for our experiment. First one is table salt or table sugar or sucrose, coconut oil, table salt or sodium chloride, MSG or monosodium glutamate, petroleum jelly or Vaseline, coffee syrup, a spoon light, toothpicks, plastic pair pipette, spot plate, alcohol, test tubes and test tube lab, test tube holder, thermometer, top loading bags. Next slide, please. So here are the reagents that we need for our experiment. First one is potassium chloride, a solid one, which has a GHS7, which is harmful. Naphthalene, a solid one, which has a GHS of 1, 2, and 7, which is flammable, harmful, and explosive. Next one is urea, a solid one. Next one, cholesterol, solid lead, and glycerol, liquid, and liquid ethanol, which has a GHS of 2 and 7, which is flammable and harmful. Hexane, a liquid one, which has a GHS of 2, 7, 8, and 9, which is harmful. hazardous and environmental hazard and flammable. The last one is acetanilide, which was solid one, and it has a GHS of 7, which is marked. So for safety precaution, ethanol and hexane is are flammable solvents. So do not place them near to source of flame and avoid meaning it's stable.
Now, moving on with the solubility of solutes in different solvents. So, for the first procedure, to test the solubility of the solutes using the following solvents, which is water, ethanol, and hexane. So, for the second procedure, for solid solutes, we use a pinch amount, and for the liquid solutes, we use 3 drops. The tests were carried out on a spot plate, as seen in the picture, and we stirred the mixtures with a toothpick to help the solute dissolve. Each solvent was added in an amount of sufficient to heal the depressions of the spot plate, typically around 1 ml. Hexane, on the other hand, being a non-polar solvent, was transferred using a glass pasture pipette for accuracy and safety. Next slide, please. So when observing the result, if a solid solute dissolved completely in the solvent, it was recorded as soluble. If it dissolved partially, it was slightly soluble. And if it did not dissolve, it was recorded as insoluble. For liquid solutes, the term miscible was used if it dissolved the solvent and immiscible if it did not mix.
Next is solubility curve and acetanilide. Next slide, please. So, in this procedure, we weighed up 2 grams of acetanilide and add this to a test tube containing 3 ml of water. Then we heat it carefully until the crystal dissolves and then insert it a thermometer and allow it to cool down with gentle stirring. Then we recorded the temperature when the solid starts to crystallize. So in here, we have different procedures that, we did these procedures 3 times more. We put 2 grams of acetanilide, then we went with 1.5 grams, then 1 gram, then 0.5 grams of acetanilide to see which one will crystallize first in a certain temperature. Next slide, please. Then, we plot the solubility to a curve, acetanilide per 100 grams of water versus the temperature. So, the temperature went with the x-axis, and this describes the trend in the graph and decided if the solution process is endothermic or exothermic. Next slide, please. So, as you can see here in the curve, this curve describes the temperature of the solubility of acetanilide in a 100 gram of water. So, the solubility of acetanilide increases with temperature, and rate slows down at high temperature. It may impact the solubility minimal at the temperature rises. Do we have the option to zoom this? So, yung x-axis hindi siya. Yeah. So, as you can see here, with a, I cannot. So, firstly, with a 60 gram of acetanilide, it was recorded to crystallize at 90 degrees Celsius. And then 45, so this is 2 grams and 0.5, 1.5. So, some of them crystallizes at 90 degrees, some crystallizes at 93 degrees, and then some crystallizes around 85 or 87 degrees only. Next presenter, please.
For disposal, first, dispose of water, insoluble solids into the solid waste container. Second, water-soluble compounds can be flushed down into the sink. Third, dispose waste hexane into the noxiated organic waste container or allow it to evaporate to dryness using a fan. Remember that hexane is a very flammable solvent. Next slide, please.
Now, as we go for the results and discussion, as you can see, sucrose is soluble and slightly soluble to hexane in water, while it is insoluble to ethanol. Coconut oil is immiscible to both water and ethanol and hexane, and table salt is soluble to water and insoluble to ethanol and hexane. Why is that? It is because it follows the principle of like and like, or like dissolves like. If it is a polar to polar, if the solvent is polar and so is the solute, it will dissolve. But if it is not, it will most likely be immiscible or insoluble. Next slide, please. And for the solubility curve, as you can see, the acetanilide is 2 grams, 1.5 for the second test, 1 and 0.5, each going down with 0.5 scale. And the grams of water is consistent with 3 grams. As you can see, the grams of acetanilide over 100 grams of water in the y-axis, it increases to 66.67 grams. And the temperature increases to 114. As we can see from the previous slide, previously discussed by CN, by the solubility curve, we can see that the amount of solute as well as the temperature affects its solubility. That is all. Thank you. Once again, Group 3. Group 3.
Thank you!
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching
Thanks
to
for
our
watching.
channel. Like and subscribe, Dagisik TV.
Bye, sir.
Love you, sir.
Miss you,
Mamimiss
sir.
ka namin, sir.
Love
Like
you,
and
sir.
subscribe,
Kasama
Dagisik
kami,
TV.
sir.
Like and subscribe, Dagisik TV. Comment down below. Hit the follow button.
Bye, sir.